Have you ever watched a show that has made you so frustrated that you're there just about to scream at your screen? Not because the show is horrible and it's a disgrace and it's bad, but because the characters were this close, so close to just saying how they actually felt, and then that moment they didn't. Let me guess what they did. Oh yes, they overthink, they hold back, they take a single word completely out of context, and that beautiful scene, that beautiful connection, suddenly it spirals into an emotional chaos. If you know that exact feeling of frustration, then you know this anime. Kimi ni Todoke. Today we're going to be breaking this down, the timeline of this legendary rage bait of a story. We're going to look at the social isolation, the manipulation, and the massive echo chamber of insecurities that can stretch such a simple misunderstanding over multiple seasons, leading to a heartbreaking collapse in season 2, and more importantly, looking at how they finally worked it out in season 3. Yes, yes, yes. Spoiler, 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 spoiler. And the raw relationship psychology that we can truly learn from this. We can all learn, actually. At the very beginning, our main girl, Sawako, is completely isolated because she looks like the horror character Sudoku from The Ring. The entire school builds a wall around this girl, a wall of rumors around her, and genuinely believing she can curse people. She is lonely, misunderstood, and completely cut off from any human connection. You know, she's just that quiet, terrifying girl. But then enters the main man, Shota Kazehaya, and he breaks the first major barrier during the playground. And this breakthrough was just by treating her like a normal human being. And when Sawako tries to distance herself from him, thinking her bad luck will ruin his reputation, Kazahaya stands his ground and he tells her that he decides who he spends time with. And this is lesson number 1. Real confidence means refusing to let other people's labels dictate who you value. When we see her grow even more during the scene with her friends and the crisis with Ayan and Chuzuru, the classmates blame her for spreading all these rumors, and her first instinct is to withdraw and protect her new friends. But after a amazing push by Kazahaya, she finds her voice. She corners her classmates in the restroom and directly clears her friends' names. Honestly, what a legend. This confrontation shatters the misunderstanding, cements her core friendships, and proves she has immense eternal courage. Like, damn girl, she cooked. Loki, she cooked. Barely cooked for the rest of the show. As it continues, as Sawako grows closer to Kazahaya, her total lack of social experience makes her a prime target for manipulation. That's just so why. Enters Karayumi. Karayumi pretends to be Sawako's friend, while during this time actively trying to sabotage her bond with Kazahaya, telling her that Kazahaya belongs to everyone, but Sawako surprises everyone. Driven by her real pure feelings, she refuses to truly back down. She looks at Kurumi into her eyes and says Kazahaya is special, like a special person to her as well. Right after this victory, they fall into the ultimate trap: the love versus versus the like misunderstanding. When Kairumi confesses to Kazahaya and gets rejected, Kazahaya admits he already likes someone else. Oosh. Damn, what a rejection. I bet you've all been there before. But because Sawako views herself as a plain and unworthy person, she completely misreads his hints. Like, really, girl, really? And when Kazahaya tells Sawako his feelings for his crush are different from how he treats others, Sawako's brain goes into a self-sabotage mode. She assumes he means he dislikes her or views her strictly as a platonic student, classroom, whatever figure, class peer, my mate, my friend. And this creates a massive decor of mutual overthinking. Just why do we not pick up on the hints? Oh my days, oh my days. And then, yeah, and then brings us to this, the absolute peak of the miscommunication lies on season 2. So all that nonsense before happened in season 1, now season 2. And look, we talk about Kento. I want to be completely honest. I absolutely hated Kento at the start. His interference felt like gasoline on fire. He just poured the gasoline on fire, make it worse. But Kento means well. He completely takes advantage of the situation. He tells Sawako that her feelings are just a burden to Kazehaya, that Kazehaya is only being nice to her out of pity. This triggers Sawako's deepest, darkest insecurity, the fear of being a nuisance. Oh, why am I laughing? I'm such a bad person. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Meanwhile, Kazehaya sees Sawako crying while Kento is there. And what does this happen? This assumes for Kazehaya, because he also brain doesn't function throughout half the series, and assumes she prefers Kento over him. Damn. Broski jumped to conclusions way too quick. It's only season 2. This is like episode 6. And then this scene is pure agony. Kazehaya finally confronts her and asks if she likes him. Oh, and Sawako answers yes. But because she believes she is a burden, her tone is desperate and doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound like it's I like you, like I like you to a crush. And Kazehaya takes her words completely out of context. Oh, he interprets it. He just interprets this as a as a desperation, as just a rejection, and it's just okay. She just thinks of me as a friend, as a helpful classmate. Damn. And he walks away completely brokenhearted. It is the ultimate example of how a lack of direct, unfiltered dialogue can tear two people apart. Bro, you already know she doesn't think properly. You just tell her and be like, I like you. I like you like that. You know what I mean? Like a let's get married type of shit. But no. But when this moment comes, and what truly makes this anime so amazing is how they climb out of this shenanigan, this misunderstanding, this two brain dead characters. Why am I hating? During the school festival, yes, Sawako realizes her silence is actively hurting Kazehaya. She slides open the classroom door where he's resting, separated by that physical and symbolic barrier. She finally stops overthinking. She pours her heart out entirely. Oh, finally, she's the brain cells are off. The two brain cells, they're not fighting for third place anymore. Oh my, they made it out of the trenches. She starts explaining every piece of her love, her fear of being a burden, and her desire to be near him. Kazehaya slides the door open, and so I think the door was blocking them or was it open? You know, it doesn't matter. Whatever, the scene is amazing. Kazehaya slides that door open, pulls her in, and matches her vulnerability with his own confession. They resolve the entire backlog of misunderstandings by finally saying how it's meant to be said. Finally saying exactly what they mean. Like finally. And as for Mr. Kento, you can't help but love his character development later on. Like at the start, he was such a bad boy. And eventually, once he realizes the depth of their bond, he steps back, builds real trust, and then he goes for the friend. You know, if you can't have her, go for the friend. That's what he did, and it worked out. And he's a good chap now. He's a good person. we'll make a video on him another day. That's the plan. And then season 3 comes along and fills me up with joy and happiness. Because these two buffoons, hooligans, they're working together. They're working through the next level, of their relationship. Two coconuts. Because let's say an example, trying to get married, trying to get engaged, trying to take that next step in your relationship, it doesn't instantly cure the flaws or the flags or the issues. It just introduces new anxieties. So in season 3, when we see holiday time, holidays, you celebrate the tension. It's always there. It's always going, what's going to happen? And Kazehaya respects Sawako so much that he even holds back physically. But Sawako mistakes his physical restraint for a lack of desire, thinking he regrets that he doesn't want to date her. Once again, the shadow of overthinking creeps back in. No, no, no. No, 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 not again. 3 seasons. We don't need to suffer anymore. And this is where it gets interesting because they don't let it ruin them this time. The absolute defining moment of the maturity happens during the intense 45-minute confrontation at Kazahaya's house. I think it goes through 2 episodes. I haven't watched this in a while, so I barely remember half the shit. I'm trying to jog my memory. But, we're working on it. Sawako explicitly calls out his sudden distance. This forces Kazehaya to completely break down his perfect good guy facade. So he always seemed like this amazing guy to her, and he admits his intense physical attraction to her and confesses he was only avoiding intimacy. Oh, intimacy? Yeah, my words are just English. Guys, it's 5 a.m. I've been awake all night trying to, so just, I love you guys. Because he was terrified of overwhelming her. By shedding their idolized versions of each other during this moment, they learn to communicate as flawed, real human beings, leading to their beautiful moments, appearing. They're just moving on to more moments that are so beautiful for them, for each other, for the relationship. Little 2 coconuts, low-key. But it just shows us that we can talk. We can talk even though we're flawed. We both misunderstood each other. You can still talk. Far out, just talk. This anime is truly the ultimate masterpiece because it shows us the raw truth. Words taken out of context can destroy a bond. But absolutely having that vulnerability can save it. A healthy connection isn't one where you never miscommunicate. It's one where both people in the relationship are able to be patient and have the courage to stay in the room and work through the difficulties together as a team. As you should, as a team. Stop overthinking. Stop hiding your true intentions out of fear. Slide the door open and speak your mind. Damn, I'm cooking now. And that's about it. Just learning to talk to that person, even if it's a hard conversation, even though you think their thoughts are completely different. Just being open and talking, even though that's a big struggle in our modern society, can be the best thing for your relationships. So just thank you so much for listening. And if you love the incredible journey of Sawako and Kazehaya as much as I do, hit that like button and subscribe and join the community. Let me know your thoughts, and thank you for listening. You guys are the best. I truly love you guys. May God bless your morning, your afternoon, your evening, and your night. Focus on getting 1% better every day. Speak your truth, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. You guys are the best.